Greetings, Candice Sanderson, author of The Reluctant Messenger. Today I want to share with you a meditation that I had in February of 2019. It was actually February 1st. I was at Goddess I Am, which is a wonderful metaphysical shop here in Naples, Florida. I was getting ready to attend their morning meditation. As usual, I was early. In fact, I was so early that the store hadn't opened yet. So I found myself just a comfortable seat. There's a little bench right outside the front door of Goddess I Am. So I sat there. I had my journal ready to record whatever kind of information would come in during the meditation. And all of a sudden, the messages started coming in. And what I found is if I just allow things to unfold the way that they do, I will start getting a message that usually pertains to what the meditation would be about. And today was certainly no exception. But the message I got was, it is time to take a deep breath, for within that breath you allow the beauty that surrounds you to blossom forth from within. Taking a contemplative breath allows you to disengage from the automaticity of filters that direct you during the day. It is time to use those filters differently, to engage them purposefully. Now, as soon as I jotted those words down, I immediately took a very deep breath, and then things started happening. Where Goddess I Am is located, there's a very busy street right in front of it. So while I'm sitting here, I can't help but hear those cars just zooming past back and forth. This was February 1st, which is what we call season, the winter months. A lot of people come south to Naples, Florida to enjoy the very warm weathers. And what happens is our once peaceful little town becomes sometimes quite chaotic with all of the traffic. And today was no exception. The traffic was just zooming back and forth and back and forth. But all of a sudden, those noises just started to fade into the background. And I started hearing songbirds. There were a couple mockingbirds. You can tell that by their song because they change it every few seconds. But I heard these beautiful mockingbirds, and I was, as I was listening to their music that they were giving me, then that really just seemed to come forward, and the rest of the noise from the traffic continued to just fade into the background. And all of a sudden, my eyes were called to pay attention to what was just to my side. And right next to the bench where I was seated, there was a series of 3 or 4 pots with plants in them. And I had never really noticed these before, but now it was as if they beckoned me to take a look at them. So I found myself in this busy time of year with all of the traffic, all of a sudden paying attention to something different than what I normally pay attention to. It was the beauty of nature that was all around me. And then the message continued. It said, step into nature. Allow your soul to relinquish its burdens. Let your spirit carry you away back to the garden. Some may call this the Garden of Eden. This is the place of true birth, true manifestation. This is your playground. Come back at any time. Step into this timelessness. Step into this world of full potential. As I journaled this last message, then I heard Beth Brown, the owner of Goddess I Am, at the door. I heard her unlock the door. So I, gathered my personal belongings and went to the back of the store where the meditation room is. Beth was already set up, and there was this beautiful music in the background. It was instrumental music. And as soon as I sat down, I started hearing songbirds. And I've been going to Goddess I Am, for years, and I don't think I'd ever heard her play music that had birds in the background. And this was exactly what I had today. And I realized that this was yet another sign. It was validation that the message that I had earlier while I was sitting outside, the message to step into nature, was being validated by listening to the birds. You know, the meditation was great. I'm not going to go into a lot of detail, but part of what happened during the meditation, we continued the theme of nature, and I saw these leaves in my mind's eye. I saw these leaves that started covering the floor of Goddess I Am. And I knew that the leaves represented us releasing energy, stale or old energy that no longer served us. And then the message said, fallen leaves no longer serve the tree. They are no longer needed as conduits of energy to feed the tree. The chlorophyll is gone. Their purpose is spent. As they drift to Mother Earth to serve another purpose, the tree is in stillness. It is time for rest and contemplation before the arrival of the new. Humans too are like this. Just allow those spent energies to drop away from your current existence and make room for the manifestation of the new. And I won't go into the rest of the meditation, but what my takeaway from this was learning to refocus can be so important. Instead of sitting outside and listening to the busy traffic, I had a very gentle nudge, gentle guidance to pay attention to what I heard, and I could choose to hear the cars go by, or I could choose to hear the beautiful melody from the birds. And as I listened to the melody of the birds, then other things just started surrounding me. The beauty of nature that was right in front of me without me seeing it. And maybe that is the takeaway for the day. Learn to fine-tune your senses. Learn to refocus your energy to something that is positive, and that can make everyone's day a lot better. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed it, and see you next time.